I would like to invite Mr. Priyam Goswami from Jorhat, Assam. He is the managing director of a company, architecture firm. And I would not like to take much time, but Priyam, I think you can start your presentation.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Salam. I am really thankful to Southeast Asia Bamboo Foundation and National Chungcheong University, Taiwan, for inviting me to speak about my experiences on bamboo construction in Northeast India. Let me share my screen. Yeah. Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yeah, it's visible.
Yes.
Please enlarge. Yeah.
Yeah. Does it work?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I'm going to speak very briefly about our experiences in bamboo construction, and I would like to focus on the bamboo construction that we have undertaken in public spaces, um, concentrated in the northeastern part of India. Uh, This is the region that we call the northeast of India for the information of all our international guests. And as you can see, the area is quite green in the map, and it actually is quite green. This is the natural landscape that we see all across northeast India. It comprises of hills and plains areas, and it's mostly quite green. It has a very high green cover. However, uh, the urban landscape of the cities in Northeast India is quite in contradiction to what the natural landscape is, and there is a big disparity between the two. And we are trying to find a solution through bamboo, if possible. Uh, if bamboo can be used as a solution to uh, to this trend of industrial materials taking up the mainstream civil construction, we'd like to see if bamboo can be used in that. And to do that, our first objective is to make bamboo more visible and more acceptable to the people, because bamboo nowadays is not a very glamorous material. Although traditionally, since thousands of years, bamboo has been used for construction all across northeastern India, as it has been in other parts of the world where there is bamboo available. But of late, it has is gone out of trend. It doesn't seem the right material to work with because of many issues. But we are trying to bring bamboo back to the public visibility, and that is why we are trying to use bamboo in more and more public projects, public spaces, and public projects nowadays. So I'll talk about a workshop that we did in Arunachal Pradesh in 2018, where we had Yorkstem come over all the way from Colombia to teach us about his methods of bamboo construction. And this is in a place called Namsai in Arunachal Pradesh in northeast India. And through this workshop, again, we are trying to create an awareness between amongst architects, architecture students, amongst local craftsmen, the government, and people from various sectors on the possibility and the potential of bamboo construction in a modern way. So I'm going to show you the progress of the workshop a little bit, and then we'll move on to a few other projects. Here we started with Dr. Akit Taj explaining to us about different species of bamboo and their usage. We talked about the grading of bamboo, how different types of bamboo could be used in different manners, and why the grading is very important. We talked about the treatment of bamboo by drilling it and then through this vertical dip diffusion technique, where the bamboo was kept upright on a tree, and then borax solution was poured onto it, and thus the bamboo was treated. In this case, the bamboo that we are using was of Bambusa balkua, which is quite available in Northeast India, especially in Assam, and it is quite good for construction. The washing and cleaning of the bamboo was very important. Then there's Yogsam who was teaching us about the use of all the power tools and customization of those tools to fit our requirements here, about making the loops using nylon ropes. Then this is a sketch that Yog prepared for the structure that we were building. This was a, a tea pavilion that the head monk of the monastery at Golden Pagoda in Namsai, he had asked for a structure like this. And this is the sketch that Yog prepared. And then based on this, we prepared a computer model of the structure to get us the exact measurements of the bamboo pieces to be cut. This is the way we found out the exact measurements, and accordingly the bamboo was measured and cut. Uh, uh, Yogsam also taught us the use of bamboo nails and how it can replace steel bolts in the construction. Um, helped us set up the workbench, and we started using these columns of bundles of four, the beams using diagonal nails. We also created some bamboo models using sticks just for experimentation purposes. We had some fun as well. Created some interesting parametric structures to understand the modern usage of bamboo. We also started fixing the rebars to the columns for laying the foundation. This is how it was. All the measurements were done at site. The excavation was done, and then this is the treated bamboo being taken out from the diffusion tank. The frames were prepared, and these frames were so lightweight that they could be transported, by us participants carrying with our own hands. We transported them to the site and erected it there. This is how we did the erection. The levels were checked, and then the concrete was poured for the plinth. The alignment of the superstructures were ascertained, and then the frames were tied up. The structure was set up. This is the main frame of the structure that was done, and later on, this is a part of the structure that was done after the workshop was completed, because we had a limited amount of time. But then the thatching was done on the roof. This is the completed structure that you can see with all the thatch roof, and the plinth is in concrete. This is how the inside of the structure feels. It's very cozy, very airy as well, because it's open from all sides. It is a beautiful view. And these are some of the joineries that were done. You can see that we created some benches inside, and all the roof structure, the truss frames and everything were polished and maintained. Next, I'm going to talk very briefly about another workshop that we conducted in Manipur in 2019 as a part of World Bamboo Day. And these are the participants. Again, here we had mostly local artisans and bamboo craftsmen who had participated in the workshop, were willing to learn about different building techniques with bamboo. And here our objective was to build a prototype for a bus shelter for the Manipur, for the Imphal Municipal Authority. And we had a time of 3 days to complete the structure. And this is I guess this is Dendrocalamus hamiltoni that we used for the construction of the structure. Again, the process was similar: the grading of the bamboo, the removal of the knots, the measuring and marking, cutting to length of the structure of the bamboo poles using power tools, then washing the bamboo, float washing on a water body, then drying of them in stacks. Then we were erecting the scaffolding and then cutting the holes for the columns to pour the concrete in. This is how the columns were erected. Cross-cutting techniques and longitudinal cutting techniques for the joints. This is how we were creating the lap joints, cutting two pieces in two halves and then joining them together like that. We had short spans, so this kind of lap joints did work. But of course, for longer spans, we would adopt different techniques. So then again, drilling in the bamboo and fixing them with these stainless steel bolts and nuts. This is the primary structure that was erected, the fixing of the beams with the columns. And then we were fitting the primary rafters like that. So the roof structure was also done. Now it's time for the roofing sheet to be added. Here we were using this galvanized aluminum sheets. These were screwed to the roof structure. And the structure is mostly ready. We just had these props to keep the structure alignment in place. And then the concrete was mixed and poured into these holes. That and daubed. And on the third day, the structure was ready for the closing ceremony. So it was a very short exercise, very quick, and the structure was ready in no time. This is a little bit of treatment post workshop. So you can see that a bench was created inside and the roofing was properly fixed and everything. So that's how the bench is. And this is a prototype structure that we presented to the government. Next, I'm going to talk about another project that we did for a footbridge in Guwahati city in Assam. This was for the government, and again, this structure was supposed uh, to to be the gateway to the city, because Guwahati city is considered the gateway to the entire northeast, and this bridge was a symbol of that. So here the structure it's a steel structure, but has been used as a cladding material, and the work was executed. The bamboo work was executed by Canbu Kamesters organization, and the workers did a fabulous job. This is the condition of the site where when we were handed over, and you can see the steel structure was in place. And then we started cladding the exposed steel members with bamboo. And here you can see that we had welded joints. So all the connecting bolts were welded to the steel structure, and then the bamboo was accordingly was installed. This is how it came out to be. So after construction. There were some steel columns underneath the footbridge, and those were also cladded. So this is the cladding process in that showing, and this is how it ended up looking. So it's a finished image. with the lighting on. That's the detailing of the base. So there's the finished bridge on the day before the opening, and that's with the lighting on at night. There's the entranceway to the bridge. There's the side of the escalator. You can see. Again, like I'm reiterating that it's kind of the gateway to the northeast. So there's the escalator. There's the footbridge itself with the side claddings. That's the team. Here the purpose was to make bamboo popular among the in the public mindset, and I think this bridge has come a long way. It has been really successful. People have made this bridge quite viral on social media, and it's been widely spoken about on various print and electronic media as well. And it's a favorite hotspot for people to hang out, to take photographs and all. It's also a good space to host small art exhibitions and things like those. Then we worked on another footbridge in Guwahati. This is near the Sukreshwar Mandir in Guwahati. Here the concept was quite different, although we're using bamboo again for the cladding purpose. But here we got inspired by the temple, which was a strong context for us. So this is the Sukreshwar Mandir, and the way we started designing the the uh, the cladding work or the bamboo design was based on various elements that we got inspired by, which are already there in this ancient temple. And here you can see some of the architectural elements that we picked up from the temple itself, and then we tried to reinvent them or to see how it can be done in bamboo or how it can symbolize something that's connected to the temple itself. So that's a sectional view. These are again some 3D views from the. You can see these arches are very prominent, and they kind of symbolize the dome shape of the temple itself. These are, of course, 3D views. This is a picture from during construction. There's the cladding work going on the columns, and you can see this all this work was done while there was a lot of traffic like going underneath the bridge. So it was a very hazardous work to do. There's all the cladding work going on. And this is the team during somewhere around completion. You can see Kamishji right there proudly with his workers. So this is the day of the opening, and with the lighting and everything. And this was also like widely accepted. It became very popular, got a lot of media attention. These are some of the joineries that we developed. Again, inspired by the architectural elements of the temple itself. That's the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam. People found this place really photogenic. I'm going to talk very briefly about another workshop that that we conducted for under the Green Skill Development Program of the Government of India, and here the purpose was again to reinvestigate the bamboo construction skills amongst the bamboo craftsmen of the region. And because there are a lot of like there's a lot of bamboo craft that people do in Northeast India, but construction per se is kind of becoming not very popular with bamboo. So these craftsmen were kind of, there was a program of developing their skills in construction as well. So there's a structure that we built. This is a structure under construction uh, by the workshop participants, and this was used as a, this is just a structure with the roofing on, and this is a finished structure. Here again, bamboo was used for the wall paneling material as well, daubed with plaster, and bamboo mat boards for the ceiling. Again, this was a structure that was used for the as a craft emporium to display all the craft items of the local bamboo craftsmen. It's also a demonstration structure for different applications of bamboo in construction. We were using whole bamboo. We were using split bamboo for the walls. We are using bamboo wood doors, bamboo wood flooring, and bamboo mat board ceiling. So different uses of bamboo in the structure. This is another structure that we did for the Rainforest Research Institute in Jorhat in Assam for a factory shed for their vacuum pressure impregnation unit. This is a bamboo structure that Kameshji built in Guwahati in a very short duration of time. So thank you everyone for your attention, and and thank you for giving me this opportunity to showcase some of the works that we are doing in Northeast India. Thank you, Kameshji.